Hey guys, Thrift Store Dave here. This week, very excited to do a video of what I've sold various items for, and this week we're focusing on hat sales. I sold, I think, 22 hats for approximately $500, and so I want to go hat by hat and explain to you what I've been able to sell, so that way you can help narrow your focus if you're looking at hats at garage sales or at thrift stores. So let's begin. Okay, so to begin, I've got a Hot Wheels convention set of hats from various years. They were gifted to me, so I had no cost basis, was able to sell them for $10 a piece, average $30. Can't beat that profit. After that, I was able to sell a Yes, I'm a Trump Girl, Get Over It hat, which I bought for only $2, so I made a small profit on it. I figured if Trump remained relevant, and surely he has, I would be able to make a profit in a niche for someone who would want to buy a hat like this. After that, I've got a Top Dog Entertainment hat. Now this is a record label for various rap artists, including Kendrick Lamar. And it wasn't in the best of shape, but I was able to clean it up some. Paid only $2 and had to sit on it, but eventually got rid of it for $16. So it took up a decent enough profit. Would have liked to make more, so it was a lesson learned on that hat. So after that, I've got a hat that I didn't make a ton of money on, but I only paid $1 for it. And I do have a soft spot for infants, having had 2 kids myself and taking care of kids for a living. So when I had to pay $1 for a Cubs infant bucket hat, it was a no-brainer because I wanted somebody to enjoy something this cool with their new baby. After that, we've got a couple hats that I bought in lots from Goodwill online. This first hat was in a lot I paid $34 for, and it's a Don Edhardy hat. He's got a lot of artistic embroidered hats. This one was a skull and roses pattern, and I got $23 for it, so I've almost paid for the whole lot. Similarly, in this other hat was a 90s starter snapback hat. It's got runners on it. It is new with tags, and I got $35 for it when I paid $27 for the whole lot, so that was a great profit. After that, we have a 1990s Chicago Bears youth bucket hat. I didn't realize at first that it was a youth hat, which is why it was agreeable to paying $4 for it. But fortunately, somebody paid $18 for it, so I still made a decent profit. But vintage bucket hats in adult size, I would always grab it for the price is right. After that, we've got a pair of MGD, Miller Genuine Draft 90s hats, one of them being corduroy. This was another Goodwill lot that I was able to buy a number of hats for $25. This made me break even, and I've still got a really nice Illinois corduroy hat that I'm going to sell that will make up the difference and give me full profit going forward. Thank you so much for watching so far. If you liked the video, please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit that button too, so you'll get notified about future videos I have of my flipping escapades. Let's continue. All right, continuing on is a really cool hat. I paid $5 for. It's an old Moto Guzzi motorcycle or scooter hat. Didn't see any comps, didn't make a ton of money, had to sit on it forever, but I finally moved it for $17. So interesting one. Would I buy it again? Probably not. After that, a Carhartt plaid cadet cap. So this had a couple things going for it. One was the Carhartt brand, another was the cadet cap design, and the third was the plaid nature. This was part of a $29 hat lot that I also bought on Goodwill, shopgoodwill.com, and I only sold this hat for $10, but I'm up to $101 so far in items sold from that lot, so it's really just bonus territory for me. After that, we've got a couple of hats that I paid a $41 lot fee for. The first being a badbirdie snapback golf cap. Badbirdie is a very popular golf brand. If you see that icon and the hat's in good shape, I would snap it up. Also part of that same lot was this New Era Superman hat, and it sold very quickly for $15 because it was a different color than typical Superman colors. So people who like the brand but want something different and want to stand out and express themselves are going to gravitate towards off colors of interesting mainstream brands. After that, we've got an interesting Toyota Racing Development hat. I bought this about a year ago when I was at the Grand Canyon and found a Goodwill store in Flagstaff, Arizona. So paid $4, kind of overpaid, but still was able to sell it to someone who was interested for $25. So made over $20 on it. After that is a unique piece that I bought. It's a vintage Liz Claiborne suede flat cap. I liked it because it was suede. I liked the flat cap content and I liked the multicolor nature. I figured someone artistic was going to get this, and for $3 I had to grab it. Didn't end up making a ton, sold it for $19 as a best offer, but was still able to make a profit from it. After that, I was able to buy and sell very quickly a Gorin Brothers Animal Farm hat. This I bought individually on either goodwillfinds.com or shopgoodwill.com, and I paid $33 with it for shipping. One of the downsides to Goodwill online is that you pay too much for shipping, but if there's enough margin, it's still worth it. And this one I sold for $60, made enough money on it. All right, we're on the home stretch, 2/3 of the way through the video. Thanks for watching this far. Let's see what other hats I've been able to sell, or helmets. Continuing on, we've got an Under Armour gray patterned hat. This one's got the embroidery on it. It was part of that $41 lot I got on Goodwill, so I'm in bonus territory having sold it for $12. Next, we've got a Madagascar raffia sun hat. These are handmade woven hats, and I didn't pay much for it. I paid only $2 for it. I did have to sit on it for a while, but I was able to sell it for $20 eventually. After that, we've got an interesting hat that was also part of a lot. I paid $28 for this lot of hats that contained what I really want to sell eventually, is this vintage Oregon Ducks university hat. But this one was part of that lot, sold it for $12, and when I sell that other hat finally, I'm going to make a ton of money on that lot. Oh look, here's a helmet that I was able to sell. This is an equestrian riding helmet, and it had a very unique design on it that was very attractive to folks. This one was part of a lot I paid $30 for. This helmet alone I sold for $50. The trick here was looking at comps, finding a very high price, but then accepting a best offer. After that, we've got a novelty Cubs hat. Again, I live in Chicago, so I get a lot of promos and giveaway hats. This one I only paid $2, so it was easy enough to sell it for $14, and I knew I would move it fairly quickly. Second to last, I have a 1980s Conrail Railroad corduroy snapback hat. This met collectible standards on the levels of being corduroy, being railroadania, and sure enough made about a $20 profit on it. And lastly, I've got a Michigan Route M22, so a local state route hat that a lot of Michigan grads are very proud of, because I'm pretty sure it heads into Ann Arbor. But this was a unique Baja Beach pattern, and so part of a whole lot of hats that I bought, this one paid for half of the lot, so made $25 on it. The whole lot of hats I've sold for $84 and counting, with many hats to go. Very happy about that. All right, that wraps it up. Thank you guys so much for watching this far into the video. Please hit that like button if you haven't so far, or subscribe if you haven't so far and you'd want to watch more of my content going forward. As you see, I don't take myself too seriously. Try to have fun with this. It's not my day job or primary source of income. I enjoy finding treasures and connecting them with people who also find things equally awesome. And so it's a great way to connect with people. It's a great way to make some side cash, so that's why I do this. Again, this time we made $500 in just a few months just selling hats. I've got videos of other content that I buy and sell. I like to flip things. I've been doing it for 20 years. So thank you so much again for watching. Please tune in next week. I'm Thrift Store Dave.